Hey everyone, it is August and we're going to continue along the theme of the Olympics and sports and great lessons learned. If any of you know me or have kind of followed me throughout the years, you know I'm a wee bit of a perfectionist. And I think I constantly battle that feeling that I could have done something better, I could have done more, and I tend to constantly critique. And I think in gymnastics this probably really helped me to be a better athlete, a better gymnast, because I was always striving for more, and I would do more routines to come as close to perfection as I could at any given competition. And I think in some ways that served me well, but I think I also ultimately learned a very good lesson about perfection. And I think what I learned was it is maybe admirable and can be a positive thing to strive for perfection. But the fact is it's not always about perfect. That doesn't always need to be the end goal. And I think sometimes we have to kind of take a step back and realize that it's about the process and the journey. And sometimes it's in those failures and those missteps that we learn the most. In fact, I'll never forget 1993 World Championships, event finals on balance beam. And if you're a gymnastics fan at all, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can go YouTube it and watch this routine, 93 balance beam event finals. And it's heartbreaking. It is a tough one for me to watch and to have lived through. I had actually won the all-around at the 93 World Championships. Started off with this great competition, won the World Championships for the first time ever for me, and I was so excited. And a couple days later, I went in to the uneven bar finals, won gold on that event. Again, very exciting. And then I went into balance beam, one of my best events. And I had been feeling a little bit off, and whether it was the flu or a stomach ache or something, but I still felt prepared to compete. I had done, 1,000 routines. So I went up on the balance beam, saluted the judge, I started my routine, and then I fell right off the bat. Took a deep breath. Here is the 8 top girls in the entire world competing on this one event, and I fell. So I got back on the beam. I'm thinking, okay, pull it together, just finish, with as minimal deduction as you possibly can, because you never know what's going to happen. And I continue on, and then I fell again. 2 falls during a 90-second routine at this top of the top competition. I mean, that's unheard of. So I took another deep breath. Getting a little embarrassed at this point, got up back on the beam and thinking, okay, I just have to get to the dismount. I just need to land on my feet. I went for the dismount, full twisting, double back, and I rolled back on my heels and fell for a 3rd time in one routine. And it was a little bit humiliating, I would say, humbling, a bit embarrassing. And I kind of wanted to crawl under a table at that point, just curl up into a ball and pretend it never happened. And as I came down from the podium, I could just feel every person in the arena looking at me and probably wondering what in the world has happened to this athlete. And I went backstage with my coaches. And I still had the floor exercise finals to go in just about maybe 10 minutes time. I was supposed to march back out and go on to the event finals for floor exercise that I had qualified for. And I sat down backstage in the warm-up gym, and my coach got me a banana, and I think I ate half a power bar. And I remember he just turned to me and he said, "Do you want to be finished? Do you want to just scratch floor? We'll call it a day. And you can start feeling better, and what do you want to do?" And I said, no, I mean, I've qualified for this spot. It's too late to have another gymnast come in. I mean, we're talking 10 minutes away. Everyone's warming up and marching out. If I don't compete, then nobody gets that spot. And here I am representing the United States. I needed to pull it together and just go for it and do the very, very best that I could. And so I told him no, and I did a little bit of warm up and marched out onto the floor exercise to compete. And I just remember being so nervous, and wanting to redeem myself and still a little bit unsure of what happened on the balance beam and is it going to happen again. And I tried to kind of put that all out of my mind, and I think I performed probably one of the best routines on floor exercise that I'd ever done. And I ended up winning a gold medal that night on floor exercise, not my strongest event. And while, you know, some of these stories end with a gold medal, I think what the important part of that story was that, you know, even through failure, you have the opportunity in almost every situation to get back up and try again. And it may not be the exact same thing, but you can try again, you can keep going and ultimately succeed. It may not be how you envisioned it, but ultimately it can happen. And so I think today's motivation is just about knowing that, yes, you're gonna fall. Yes, there are times you're going to fail and you're going to face those obstacles and you're not going to be able to get through it. And that's okay. Sometimes you have to take a step back and know that it's just part of the journey. And ultimately you can still succeed. You just have to get back up and keep working at it. Thanks for watching Monday Motivation with Shannon Miller. And if you liked this video and want to see more, or you want to see videos on health, fitness, or even gymnastics, make sure to press the subscribe button.